right, so this week we're learning about writing an equation for a quadratic if you are given the vertex and a point that the quadratic goes through. So I'm tired of working inside using my document camera, so I thought this week I would give it to you, this lesson through chalk outside on my sidewalk. And you know, there's a little tree and a bird, and there's Sybil. Hey, say wave. Wave. Say hi. Nope. Okay. All right, so let's go back to the beginning and I'll explain what's going on here. So your instructions say something like a parabola with a vertex of, and then this is the example that I'm giving you first. It was 0, -2, so that's where the vertex of the parabola is, through a given point, and in this case the point was -4, 0. All right, so first off, think about vertex form. It goes a little something like f of x equals a times x minus h squared plus k. All right, and by the way, this f of x, when you go to type it in on IXL, you're just going to use a y instead of f of x, okay? All right, so step number 1, fill in the vertex. All right, so I want you to start writing vertex form, but then you're going to fill in the vertex. So f of x equals a times x, and then you know that this is supposed to be minus h right here, right? You see where it's minus h after the x, but remember that your the x value of the vertex, you need to plug in with the opposite sign, okay? And I know this is a 0, but just bear with me. I want y'all to understand where these numbers are coming from, okay? So this was minus h right here, so I put in plus 0, okay? Oh, look at those purple hands, how cute. Okay, and then here's your y value of the vertex. You've got a -2, that's your k. So the plus k, in this case, the vertex is -2. Remember, my vertex is 0, 0, -2. Okay, so plug in the vertex, all right? Well, take a look at what's left variable-wise, right? I've got an f of x, I've got f of x, whoops, I've got a, and I have x, okay? Think of f of x as like saying 0. F of x is like using the y, okay? So instead of y, we're going to plug something in, and instead of x, we're going to plug something in, and then we're going to solve for k. All right, so I'm going to come over here to step number 2. On step number 2, solve for a by filling in the point that's given, okay? The point that was given in my problem. Can I borrow your chalk, please? Thanks. Oh, that was so sweet. The point that was given in my problem was -4, 0. Okay, here you go. -4, 0 was the point that it goes through. All right, so when I plugged it in, think about like, instead of f of x is y, right? So I plugged in the y value of my point. So 0 equals, I'm gonna leave the a there because that's what I'm solving for, okay? The x value of the point that it goes through is -4. That's what I plugged in right here. So -4 for x, and then plus 0. Remember, 0 comes from the vertex, right? That's the x value of the vertex, squared, and then -2. From there, we're just going to do some simplifying, and we're going to solve for a. So look at what I did first. I added together -4 and 0, which gives me -4. Okay, I came down to the next line. I squared -4. Okay, so when I squared -4 right here, -4 times -4 gives me +16, and that's being multiplied times a, so I've got -16a. I still have a 0 over here, so 0 equals 16a and then -2. Now I am adding 2 to both sides, plus 2 and plus 2, so I've got 0 plus 2, I've got 2 over here, equals 16a, all right? And then to get a by itself, I've got to divide both sides by 16. So divided by 16, divided by 16. Now I've got a fraction over here of 2/16. IXL is going to tell you to simplify the fractions. Okay, well that simplifies to 1/8. Okay, so look at the value of a, right? A is 1/8. Remember back to transforming quadratics? Thanks, Sybil. Think about 1/8, right? When you have a value of a that's between 0 and 1, what does that do to your quadratic? Right? Remember, it stretches it. It makes it, I'm sorry, it doesn't stretch it, it compresses it. It compresses it. It makes it wider, right? It makes this like a fat one, okay? All right, so now let's come over here to step number 3. Step number 3 is to actually write the function. Write the function, okay? So we're gonna put it all together. Let's think about what we know. We know the value of a, and we know the vertex. So we're gonna plug all of that into the function. So here you go, you got f of x equals a, remember we solved for a, it was 1/8, okay, times, go ahead and put that x back. Remember what the x value of the vertex is? 0 squared, and then minus 2. 0 squared minus 2. Now, I simplified it a little bit because I know IXL is probably not going to want me to put that plus 0 after the x. So here's what I typed into IXL. F of x equals 1/8 times x squared and then minus 2. Now, when I put it in on IXL, I used a y instead of f of x, and it told me I did a super job. So I was pretty excited about that. All right, I'm going to do one more example for you, but I got to chalk it first. Bye.